Produced by Liang Gu, author of Tao Te Ching, Li Er. Tao Jing, Chapter 1. The Tao can be Tao, but it is not Tao. The name can be named, but it is not named. The beginning of the nameless heaven and earth, the name of the mother of all things. Therefore, I always have no desire to observe its wonders. I always have the desire to watch him. The two have the same origin but different names, and they are both called Xian. Mysterious and mysterious, the door to all mysteries. Tao Jing, Chapter 2. Everyone in the world knows that beauty is beautiful, but this is evil. Everyone knows that good is good, but this is not good. Therefore, existence and non-being arise from each other. Difficulty and ease complement each other, long and short complement each other, high and low are tilted to each other, sound and sound harmonize each other, front and rear follow each other, and they are constant. Therefore, a sage does nothing, teaches without saying anything, does things without saying anything, is born without being, and does things without relying on them. Succeed and never live. I feel like I have no place to live, so I won't go. Tao Jing, Chapter 3. Succeed and never live. I feel like I have no place to live, so I won't go. Tao Jing, Chapter 3. If you do not value the virtuous, the people will not fight. If you do not value rare goods, the people will not steal. If you do not see the desirable, the people will not be confused. Therefore, the rule of saints is to empty their hearts. Strengthen the abdomen, weaken the will, strengthen the bones. It often makes people ignorant and desireless. Those who make the husband aware do not dare to do anything. If you do nothing, everything will be cured. Tao Jing, Chapter 4. The Tao rushes, and it may not be enough to use it. Yuanxi is like the origin of all things. Defeat its sharpness. Resolve its confusion, harmonize with its light, and be with its dust. Zhanxi seems to exist. I don't know whose son is the first of Emperor Xiang. Tao Jing, Chapter 5. The heaven and the earth are unkind and regard all things as stupid dogs. The saints are unkind and regard the common people as stupid dogs. Between heaven and earth. Is it still like a pig? If it is empty but not yielding, it will get better when it moves. It is better to keep the center than to talk too much. Tao Jing, Chapter 6. The god of grain is immortal and is called the mysterious female. The gate of Xuanfei is called the root of heaven and earth. If it persists, it will not be used diligently. Tao Jing, Chapter 7. Forever. The reason why heaven and earth can be long-lasting is because they do not generate themselves, so they can live forever. Therefore, the sage follows his body and comes first, and his body exists outside his body. Isn't it because of his selflessness? Therefore, it can be done privately. After his body, one action, retreat his body. Tao Jing, Chapter 8. The greatest goodness is like water. Water benefits all things without dispute. He is disliked by everyone, so he is close to the Tao. Live in a good place, have a good heart, be kind and benevolent, speak good words and have good faith, govern well, do good things and be able to do good things at the right time. The husband does not fight, so there is no need for you. Tao Jing, Chapter 9. Holding it and gaining it is not as good as what it is. If you pick it up and sharpen it, you can't keep it for a long time. The hall is full of gold and jade, and no one can guard it. If you are proud of your wealth, you will suffer the consequences. After the merits have been restored, this is the way of heaven. Tao Jing, Chapter 10. If we hug each other, how can we not be separated from each other? Is it possible to be as soft as a baby if you focus on your chi? Can it be flawless after purging the mysterious mirror? If you love the people and govern the country, can you do nothing? If the heavenly gate is open and closed, can it be considered a female? If you understand Sita, how can you be ignorant? It is a living thing, an animal. It is born without having it. It is made without relying on it. It grows without being slaughtered. It is called Xuanda. Tao Jing, Chapter 11. 30 spokes make up one hub, which can be used as a vehicle if it is not there. It is regarded as a utensil, but it should be used as a utensil if it is not there. Cut out the door to make a room, pretend it doesn't exist, and use it as a room if there is one. Therefore, if you have it, you will benefit from it, and if you don't have it, you will use it. Tao Jing, Chapter 12. The 5 colors are blinding, the 5 tones are deafening, the 5 flavors are refreshing, they gallop and hunt. It makes one's heart go crazy, a rare commodity hinders one's movement. The sage is his belly and not his eyes, so he goes to that place and takes this one. Tao Jing, Chapter 13. Favor and disgrace are like shock, honor and great trouble are like one's body. What does it mean to be favored, humiliated or frightened? If you are favored, you will be surprised. To be surprised by a loss is to be surprised by a favor or humiliation. What does it mean to be in great trouble? The reason why I have a serious patient is that I have a body, and I have no body. What trouble do I have? Therefore, if you value your body as a person in the world, you can send it to the world, if you love someone who is a person in the world. If you can trust the world. Tao Jing, Chapter 14. If you can't see it, it's called Yi. If you can't hear it, it's called Shi. If you can't fight it, it's called Wei. These 3 cannot be questioned, so they are mixed into one. There is no confusion above it, and there is no ignorance below it. The rope is nameless and returns to nothingness. It is called the state of being without form, the image of nothing. It is called trance. When you welcome someone, you don't see the first one, and when you follow it, you don't see the rear. Adhere to the ancient ways to control the present. Being able to know the beginning of ancient times is called Taoism. Tao Jing, Chapter 15. Those who were good at practicing Taoism in ancient times had subtle and profound knowledge that was difficult to discern. I can't recognize you, so I have a strong appearance. I feel like I am wading through the river in winter. I feel like I am afraid of my neighbors. I feel like I am a guest. I feel like I am about to be released from the ice. When it is dense, it is as simple as it is. When it is open, it is like a valley. When it is muddy, it is like turbidity. Who can stop the turbidity and make it quiet and clear? Who can stay safe for a long time and move quickly? Those who protect this way do not want to be overflowing. The husband is not full, so it can be covered and made new. Tao Jing, Chapter 16. To the extreme of emptiness, to keep quiet. All things are working together, and I observe them again. Husband, everything is in a cloud, and each one returns to its roots. Returning to the root is called tranquility, and tranquility is called returning to life. Returning to life is called Chang, knowing Chang is called Ming. I don't know what's normal, and I act recklessly. Know the constant appearance. Appearance is Gong, Gong is Quan, Quan is heaven. Heaven is the way, and the way is long. Even if you die, your body will not perish. Tao Jing, Chapter 17. Your Majesty, I don't know about it. Secondly, praise it by being familiar with it. Secondly, fear it. Thirdly, insult it. If you don't believe it enough, you don't believe it. Yoshi, it's noble words. Success comes true. People all say, I am natural. Tao Jing, Chapter 18. When the great righteousness fails, there is benevolence and righteousness. When wisdom emerges, there is great hypocrisy. When relatives are at odds, there is filial piety and kindness. When the country is in chaos, there are loyal ministers. Tao Jing, Chapter 19. If you abandon the sage and abandon the wisdom, the people will benefit 100-fold. If benevolence is discarded, the people will be filial and compassionate. If skill is discarded, there will be no thieves. These three people thought that the writing was not enough, so they ordered them to belong to them. See simplicity, embrace simplicity, have few selfish desires, and have no worries about learning. Tao Jing, Chapter 20. How different is Wei Ji from Ah? What is the difference between good and evil? What people fear, we must not be afraid of. How desolate it is! Everyone was bustling, as if they were in a prison, or on stage in spring. I am alone, as if there is no sign, like a baby without a child. I am a puppet, as if I have nowhere to go. Everyone has more than enough. And I am alone. I am a fool. Chaos. When ordinary people see things clearly, I am alone in a daze. When ordinary people look at things, I alone feel depressed. It's as dull as the sea, it's as if there's no end to it. Everyone has it, but I am stubborn and despicable. I am unique from others. An expensive food mother. Tao Jing, Chapter 21. The appearance of Confucius is the only way to follow the way. Tao is a thing, but it is in a daze. It's trance-like, and there are images in it. It's trance-like, and there's things in it. It's slim and dark, and there's essence in it, and the essence is really real. There is a letter in it. From now on and from ancient times, his name will never go away, so that he can be read by many famous people. How can I know the status of all the masters? With this. Tao Jing, Chapter 22. The crooked part is complete, the wrong part is straight, the hollow part is full, the broken part is new, the less part is gained, the more part is confused. Therefore, it is the common practice of the world for a saint to hold one in his arms. It is not self-seeing, so it is clear. It is not self-righteous, so it is manifest. It is not self-cutting, so it is meritorious. It is not self-conscious, so it is long-lasting. My husband does not fight, so no one in the world can fight with him. The ancient saying that the music is complete is not true. Return sincerely. Tao Jing, Chapter 23. Hope it's natural. Therefore, the wind does not last forever, and the showers last all day. Who is this world? Heaven and earth cannot last forever, how about humans? Therefore, those who practice Tao are the same as Tao, those who are virtuous. The same as virtue, the one who loses is the same as loss. Those who are the same as Tao, Tao is also happy to gain it. Those who are the same as virtue, virtue is also happy to gain it. Those who are the same as loss, loss is also happy to gain it. If you don't believe it enough, you don't believe it. Tao Jing, Chapter 24. Those who enterprising will not be established. Those who cross are ineffective. Those who see themselves are unclear. Those who are self-righteous are not obvious. Those who cut themselves off have no success. Those who are proud of themselves will not grow. It is in the Tao, and it is said that the remaining food is redundant, and the things may be evil, so those who have the Tao will not live there. Tao Jing, Chapter 25. Something is mixed together. Born in heaven and earth, lonely and lonely, independent and unchanging, moving around without peril, she can be the mother of heaven and earth. I don't know its name. The word Cheng is called Dao, and the name of Cheng is Da. The big day is called passing, the passing day is said to be far away, and the far away day is called reverse. Therefore, the Tao is big, the sky is big, the earth is big, and people are also big. There are 4 major ones in the domain, and humans live in one of them. Man follows the earth follows heaven, heaven follows Tao, and Tao follows nature. Tao Jing, Chapter 26. Heaviness is the root of lightness, tranquility is the king of impatience. Therefore, a gentleman travels all day without leaving his baggage, even though he has a view of glory. Yen Chu is transcendent. How can he, the master of 10,000 chariots, despise the world with his own body? If you are gentle, you will lose your roots. If you are impatient, you will lose your authority. Tao Jing, Chapter 27. Good deeds have no trace. Good words have no flaws. Good numbers do not require planning. Good closure has nothing to do with it but cannot be opened. Good at knotting, and cannot be untied without a rope. Therefore, a saint is always good at saving people, so he never abandons anyone. He is always good at saving things, so he never abandons anything. It is called Shiming. Therefore, good people are teachers of bad people are resources of good people. He does not value his teachers and does not love his talents. Although very wise. It means to be wonderful. Tao Jing, Chapter 28. Knowing the male and guarding the female are the streams of the world. For the world stream, everlasting virtue will never leave, and return to the baby. Know its whiteness and guard its blackness, this is the way of the world. It is the style of the world, and it is always virtuous. Return to the infinite. Knowing its glory and guarding its disgrace will be the valley of the world. It is the valley of the world, where constant virtue is sufficient and returns to simplicity. The simple powder is used as a weapon, and when a saint uses it, he becomes an official, so the great system cannot be cut off. Tao Jing, Chapter 29. The general wants to take over the world and do it, but I see that he has no choice but to do so. The divine weapon in the world cannot be manipulated or held. Those who do it will fail, and those who insist will lose it. Therefore, the sage does nothing, so he has no defeat, he has no attachment, so he has no failure. Husbands' things are either walking or following, they are either hissing or blowing. Either strong or weak, either successful or unsuccessful. Therefore, the sage eliminates extremes, luxury, and tie. Tao Jing, Chapter 30. Those who use Tao to assist their masters do not use soldiers to strengthen the world. It's a good thing. Where the teacher is, there are thorns. After the army, there will be bad years. Good deeds are just the result, don't dare to take advantage of them. Don't be proud of the fruits, don't cut down the fruits, don't be arrogant if the fruits are fruitful. Do it as a last resort, but do it without force. Things grow old when they are strong, which is called immorality, and immorality has already happened. Tao Jing, Chapter 31. Husband and Soldier. It is an ominous weapon, something that may be evil, so there is no place for those who are wise. When a gentleman lives, he values the left. When using troops, he values the right. Soldiers are an ominous weapon and are not the weapons of a gentleman. They should be used as a last resort, and tranquility is the best. It is victorious but not beautiful, and those who are beautiful are happy to kill people. Those who kill people and fuel will not be able to succeed in the world. Good things happen to the left, bad things happen to the right. The general on the left is on the left, and the general on the right is on the right. It is said that they will be treated as funerals. Those who kill people should mourn and weep, and those who are victorious should be given funeral rites. Tao Jing, Chapter 32. Tao is often nameless and simple. Although he is small, there is no one in the world who can do anything for him. If the princes and kings can guard it, all things will be safe. The heaven and the earth are united to bring down nectar, and the people are free from any orders and act in harmony. The original system had a name, and the name also existed. You will also know how to stop. If you know how to stop, you will not be in danger. For example, the Tao is in the world, just like the rivers and valleys are in the rivers and seas. Tao Jing, Chapter 33. He who knows others is wise, and he who knows himself is wise. He who conquers others is powerful, and he who conquers himself is strong. He who is content is rich. The strong have the will. Those who do not lose their place will last forever. He who dies but does not die will live longer. Tao Jing, Chapter 34. The road is vast, and it can be left or right. All things rely on it to survive without giving up, and success is achieved without success. Clothing nourishes all things but is not the main thing. Being always without desires can be called small. All things return to the center without being the master, so it can be called big. Because in the end he does not think he is great, he can become great. Tao Jing, Chapter 35. Hold the elephant and the world will go. Go without harm, peace and peace. Fun and bait. Passers-by only. The outlet of the Tao is so bland and tasteless that it cannot be seen by sight, cannot be heard by hearing, and cannot be used enough. Tao Jing, Chapter 36. If you want to suppress it, you must strengthen it. If you want to weaken it, you must strengthen it. If you want to destroy it, you must strengthen it. You must consolidate it to make it prosperous. If you want to take it, you must consolidate it. It's called twilight. Weakness overcomes strength. Fish cannot escape from the abyss, and the sharp weapons of the state cannot be shown to others. Tao Jing, Chapter 37. Tao always does nothing but does everything. If the princes and kings can guard it, all things will transform themselves. If you want to transform it into something, I will suppress it with nameless simplicity. If you suppress it with nameless simplicity, your husband will not want it. If you don't want to be quiet, the world will be in order. De Jing, Chapter 38. There is no virtue in virtue. This is why there is virtue. If one is virtuous, one does not lose virtue, so there is no virtue. The superior virtue is nothing but thought, the inferior virtue is nothing but thought. The superior benevolence does it without thinking, the superior righteousness does it without thinking. If you don't respond to the gift, you will throw it away. Therefore, losing virtue will lead to virtue, losing virtue will lead to benevolence, losing benevolence will lead to righteousness, and losing righteousness will lead to propriety. The husband's propriety is weak in loyalty and leads to chaos. Those who know before are the brilliance of Tao and the beginning of foolishness. Therefore, a true man should be honest and honest, not in its splendor. So go to that one and take this one. De Jing, Chapter 39. In the past, when one got one, the sky would be clear, the earth would be peaceful, the gods would be spiritual, the grains would be full, all things would be alive, the princes would be able to make the world right. The reason for this is that if the sky cannot be kept clear, it may burst into pieces. If the earth cannot be kept calm, it may become ruined. If the gods cannot have spirit, it may fear that it will rest. If the grain cannot be full, it may become exhausted. If all things cannot live, it may be destroyed. If the princes and kings are unable to correct themselves, they will collapse in fear. Therefore, nobleness is based on lowliness. The base is below the height. Therefore, the princes and princes claimed to be lonely, widowed, and unworthy. Isn't this based on baseness? Really? Therefore, there is no reputation. Therefore, we don't want to be as beautiful as jade, or as lustrous as stone. De Jing, Chapter 40. The opposite is the movement of Tao, used by the weak. All things in the world are born from being, and being is born from nothing. De Jing, Chapter 41. When a superior man hears the Tao, he practices it diligently. When a sergeant hears the Tao, he lives or perishes. When a junior man hears the Tao, he laughs. Not smiling is not enough for the Tao. Therefore, there is a suggestion. The way to enlightenment is like ignorance, the way to advance is like retreat, and the way to confusion is like treacherous. Superior virtue is like a valley, wide virtue is like a deficiency, building virtue is like stealing, quality is like a sincerity. It is as clear as humiliation, it is generous and has no corners, it is easy to achieve great things, it is loud and loud, the elephant is invisible, the Tao is nameless. The husband is just the way, good at lending and successful. De Jing, Chapter 42. Tao gives birth to one, gives birth to two, two gives birth to three, and three gives birth to all things. All things bear yin and embrace yang, and inject qi into harmony. What is evil about people is being lonely, widowed, and destitute, but the princes think they are famous. Therefore, things may be damaged and benefited, or they may be benefited and lost. What others teach, I also teach. Those who are strong will not be allowed to die, and I will be their godfather. De Jing, Chapter 43. The most soft in the world is the strongest in the world. Nothing enters the realm of infinity, so I know that nothingness is beneficial. Teaching without words and doing nothing will bring benefits, and the world will hope for them. De Jing, Chapter 44. Who is related to name and body? Which one has more body or goods? Which disease is good or bad? Love will cost you a lot. If you hide too much, you will perish. Therefore, if you know what is enough, you will not be disgraced. If you know how to stop, you will not be in danger, and you can last a long time. De Jing, Chapter 45. If a great achievement is lacking, it will be of no use to any detriment. If there is a big surplus, it will be of endless use. Great straightness is like bending, great skill is like clumsiness, great debate is like indifference. Impatience beats cold. Quiet beats heat. Tranquility is the righteousness of the world. De Jing, Chapter 46. There is a way in the world, but it is just like dung. There is no way in the world, and soldiers and horses are born in the suburbs. No disaster is greater than dissatisfaction, no fault is greater than desire. Therefore, knowing what is enough is always enough. De Jing, Chapter 47. You can know the world without leaving home, you can see the way of heaven without peeking into the house. Its journey is far away and its knowledge is limited. Therefore, the sage knows without doing, understands without seeing, and achieves without doing. De Jing, Chapter 48. The more you learn, and the more you lose for the Tao. Damage after damage, to the point of doing nothing. Do nothing and do nothing. To conquer the world, it is often necessary to have nothing to do, and even if there is something to do, it is not enough to conquer the world. De Jing, Chapter 49. The saint's mind is impermanent. Take the hearts of the people as your heart. What is good, I am good at, what is not good, I am also good about, virtue is good. Take the hearts of the people as your heart. What is good, I am good at, what is not good, I am also good about, virtue is good. Those who believe, I believe in, those who do not believe, I also believe in, virtue believes. The sage is in the world, and he is there for the world. He clears the heart of the world, and all the people pay attention to his ears and eyes. All saints are children. De Jing, Chapter 50. Go through fire and water. There are 3 out of 10 people who will be born, 3 out of 10 will be affected by death, and 3 out of 10 people will be affected by death. Why? Because of its richness. Guy heard that he is good at preserving health. You will not meet tigers on the road, and you will not be attacked by armored soldiers when you enter the army. Tigers will have nothing to throw their horns at, tigers will have nothing to use their claws, and soldiers will have nothing to hold their blades. Why? With its immortality. De Jing, Chapter 51. It is born from Tao, it is shaped by virtue and animals, and it is shaped by things. The momentum is achieved. Therefore, all things respect Tao and value virtue. The respect of Tao, the nobility of virtue, and the destiny of the husband are always natural. The momentum is achieved. Therefore, all things respect Tao and value virtue. The respect of Tao, the nobility of virtue, and the destiny of the husband are always natural. Therefore, when the Tao is born, it is cultivated by virtue, when it is grown, it is nurtured, and when it is nurtured, it is overturned by the poison of the pavilion. Born without being, doing without relying on, growing without killing. It's called Xuanda. De Jing, Chapter 52. The world has a beginning, and it is considered the mother of the world. Now that he has his mother, he can know his son, and he can protect his mother again, and he will not be in danger even if his body is missing. If you keep your money shut, you will never work hard for the rest of your life. Open it up and help it, but you will not save it for the rest of your life. See small and say bright, keep soft and say strong. Use its light to restore its brightness without leaving any harm to your body. This is the norm. De Jing, Chapter 53. So that I can be aware of it, walk on the road, and only use this fear. The road is very rough, but people like it. The dynasty will be destroyed. The fields are barren and the warehouses are empty. He wears literary talent and carries a sharp sword. He hates food and drink. He has plenty of goods. This is a boast for thieves. It's unethical. De Jing, Chapter 54. Those who are good at building will never pull it out. Those who are good at embracing it will not take it off, and their descendants will continue to offer sacrifices. Cultivate your body. Its virtue is true. If it is cultivated at home, its virtue will remain. If it is cultivated in the village, its virtue will be long. If it is cultivated in the state, its virtue will be abundant. If it is cultivated in the world, its virtue will be universal. Therefore, observe the body with the body, observe the family with the family, observe the town with the town, and observe the country with the state. Look at the world through the world. How can I know what is going on in the world? With this. De Jing, Chapter 55. The virtue of Han is greater than that of an innocent child. Poisonous insects do not sting, ferocious beasts do not take hold, and snatching birds do not fight. The bones are weak and the muscles are soft but firm to hold. It is unknown that the combination of male and female will produce the most exquisite essence. Howling all day long without croaking, harmony is achieved. Knowing harmony is called Chang, knowing Chang is called Ming, benefiting life is called Xiang, and the heart's Qi is called Chang. Things grow old when they are strong, which is called immorality, but they have already been immoral. De Jing, Chapter 56. Those who know do not speak, and those who speak do not know. Stop its DUI and close its door, dampen its sharpness and dissolve its confusion, harmonize its light and be the same as its dust. This is called Xiantong. Therefore, we can't get close to each other, we can't get close to each other, we can't get close to each other, we can't get close to each other. If you can't get it, you will be harmed. If you can't get it, you will be noble. If you can't get it, you will be cheap. Therefore, it is noble in the world. De Jing, Chapter 57. Rule the country with integrity, use military force with surprise, and conquer the world with nothing. How do I know this? Take this. There are many taboos in the world. When the people are poor, when the people have many sharp weapons, the country becomes comatose. When the people are full of skills, strange things become abundant. When the laws and regulations are flourishing, thieves abound. Therefore, the sage said, I do nothing, and the people become themselves. I like to be quiet, and the people are righteous. I do nothing, and the people become rich. I have no desires. And the people are simple. De Jing, Chapter 58. Its government is boring, but its people are honest. Its government is poor, but its people are deficient. Misfortunes are where blessings depend, blessings are where misfortunes lie. Who knows it? Extremely? Is there no good or evil? The good becomes the mystery of man. Its days are long-lasting. Therefore, the sage is square but not cutting, honest but not prudent, straight but not unruly, bright but not dazzling. De Jing, Chapter 59. When it comes to governing people and heaven, nothing should be done more than being stingy. If a husband is stingy, it is called early obedience. Early obedience is called emphasizing the accumulation of virtue. If you focus on accumulating virtue, you will be able to conquer everything. If you are unable to overcome everything, you will not know its extreme. If you do not know its extreme, you can have a country. If you have the mother of a country, you can last for a long time. This is the way to have deep roots and a long life. De Jing, Chapter 60. Governing a big country is like cooking small dishes. When the Tao comes to the world, its ghosts are not gods. It is neither a ghost nor a god, and its gods will not hurt people. Neither gods nor saints will harm others. Husbands and wives do not hurt each other, so their virtues return to each other. De Jing, Chapter 61. Those from great states are inferior. Women in the world are the best friends in the world. The female often wins over the male by being quiet, and the male is inferior by being quiet. Therefore, if a big state is lower than a small state, then it is a small state. If a small state is lower than a big state, then it is a big state. Therefore, you can either go down to get it, or you can go down and get it. A big country just wants to be a beast. Xiaobang just wants to get involved with others. Both husbands each get what they want, and the bigger one should be the lower one. De Jing, Chapter 62. Tao is the secret of all things. The treasure of good people is the preserve of bad people. Good words can attract people, and good deeds can attract people. If people are not good, why abandon them? Therefore, when the emperor is established and the 3 princes are installed, even if he has a jade to ride his horse first, it is not as good as sitting in this way. Why did people value this way in ancient times? Booz said, "Ask and you will get it, and if you are guilty, you will avoid evil." Therefore, it is noble in the world. De Jing, Chapter 63. Doing nothing, having no taste. What size? Repaying grievances with virtue. The picture is more difficult than the easy, and the details are greater than the details. The difficult things in the world must be done in the easy. The great things in the world must be done in the details. Therefore, the saint is not great in the end, so he can become great. If a husband makes a promise lightly, he will be distrustful. If it is easy, it will be difficult. Therefore, it is still difficult for a saint, so it will not be difficult in the end. De Jing, Chapter 64. Its stability is easy to maintain, its lack of warning is easy to plan, its brittleness is easy to destroy. It is easy to disperse. Do it before it exists, and fix it before it is in chaos. The tree that hugs each other is born from the smallest grain of wood. The 9-story platform begins from tired soil. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Those who do it will fail, and those who insist will lose it. This is because the sage does nothing, so he has no defeat. Without attachment, there is nothing lost. People often succeed and fail in their pursuits. If you are as careful as you are at the end, you will never fail. Therefore, the sage does not desire, does not value hard-to-find goods, does not learn from others, repeats the mistakes of others, and does not dare to do anything in order to support the nature of all things. De Jing, Chapter 65. Those who were good at practicing the way in ancient times did not try to enlighten the people, but they would make them stupid. The people are difficult to govern because of their wisdom. Therefore, if you govern a country with wisdom, you will be a traitor to the country. If you do not govern a country with wisdom, you will be a blessing to the country. Knowing that these two are also similar. Always know G style. It is called Xianda. Xuanda is deep, far away, contrary to things, and then even smooth. De Jing, Chapter 66. The reason why Jianghai can be the king of hundreds of valleys is because it is good at discharging it. This is why the sage desires to be among the people. It must be spoken down. If you want to precede the people, you must follow it behind your back. Therefore, when a sage is at the top, the people do not take him seriously, and when he is at the front, the people do not harm him. Therefore, the world is happy to push forward and never tire of it. Because he does not fight, no one in the world can fight with him. De Jing, Chapter 67. Everyone in the world calls me great, which seems unworthy. My husband is big, so he seems unworthy. If it is small, it has been fine for a long time. I have the three treasures, hold on to them and protect them. The first is compassion, the second is frugality, and the third is not daring to be the first in the world. Kindness leads to courage, frugality leads to broadness. Don't dare to be the first in the world, so you can become a leader. Now give up kindness and be brave, give up frugality and be broad. Give up the last and be the first, die. A kind husband will win by fighting, and he will be strong by observing. Heaven will save him and protect him with mercy. De Jing, Chapter 68. A good scholar. Do not use force. Those who are good at fighting do not get angry. Those who are good at defeating the enemy do not fight against them. Those who are good at using others do not fight. This is called the virtue of not fighting. It is called using people's strength. It is called the ultimate in matching the heaven and the ancients. De Jing, Chapter 69. There is a saying in military use, I dare not be the master. To be a guest, not to dare to advance an inch, but to retreat a foot. This means that there is no action in action, there is no arm in fighting, there is no enemy in throwing, there is no soldier in holding. There is no greater disaster than underestimating the enemy, and underestimating the enemy will cost us our treasures. Therefore, the resistance of soldiers is similar, and the one who mourns wins. De Jing, Chapter 70. My words are easy to understand. Very easy to do. No one in the world can know it, and no one can do it. Words have a lineage, and affairs have a king. I am ignorant, because I don't know. Those who know me are desirable, and those who know me are valuable. This is why the saint is covered in brown but pregnant with jade. De Jing, Chapter 71. Whether you know it or not, it's still a matter of course. Not knowing is a disease. The sage is not sick, but he is sick by his illness. Wu Wei is sick, so he is not sick. De Jing, Chapter 72. If the people are not afraid of authority, great authority will come. No matter where he lives, no matter where he lives. Husband never gets tired of it, so he never gets tired of it. Therefore, the saint knows himself but does not see himself. He loves himself but does not value himself. So go to that one and take this one. De Jing, Chapter 73. If you dare, you will kill. If you dare not, you will live. Both of these may be beneficial or harmful. Who knows why heaven is evil? Therefore, it is still difficult for saints to do this. The way of heaven is to be good at winning without fighting, to be good at responding without saying anything, to come on your own without being called, and to be silent but good at planning. The sky net is vast, sparse but not missing. De Jing, Chapter 74. If the people are not afraid of death, why should they be afraid of death? If the people are constantly afraid of death, and if someone is found strange, I will kill them, who dares? There are always those who are in charge of killing. The husband who kills on behalf of the chief craftsman is called the master craftsman who kills on behalf of the master. It is rare that the great craftsmen of the husband's generation did not hurt their hands. De Jing, Chapter 75. The people are hungry because of the high food tax. The people are difficult to treat because of the efforts made above. The people despise death because they seek to survive. The husband who has nothing to do with life is a wise man who values life. De Jing, Chapter 76. Human beings are weak in life and strong in death. Plants and trees are soft and brittle when they are alive, and they are withered when they die. Therefore, the strong are the disciples of death, and the weak are the disciples of life. Therefore, if the army is strong, it will be destroyed, and if the wood is strong, it will be broken. The strong is at the bottom, the weak is at the top. De Jing, Chapter 77. The way of heaven is still like a bow and a bow. Those who are high will suppress it, those who are low will lift it, those who have more will lose it, and those who are deficient will make up for it. The way of heaven is to make up for the deficiency when there is excess damage. The way of man. Otherwise, the loss will not be enough to give more than enough. Who has enough to serve the world? Only the Taoist. This is because he does not rely on saints, he does not rely on his achievements, and he does not want to see virtuous people. De Jing, Chapter 78. There is no one in the world who is weaker than water. But no one who attacks the strong can win, because it cannot be easily defeated. The weak conquers the strong, the soft conquers the strong, no one in the world knows it, and no one can do it. This is why the sage said, if you accept the country's filth, you are called the master of the country. If you accept the country's misfortune, you are the king of the world. It is true to say the opposite. De Jing, Chapter 79. If there is a big grievance, there will be more grievances. If you repay grievances with virtue, can you do good? Therefore, the sage holds the left contract and is not responsible for others. Therefore, there is Desi Chi, but there is no Desi Che. Heaven has no relatives and always associates with good people. De Jing, Chapter 80. A small country with few people. It makes them have rare weapons but not using them. It makes the people die again and not move far away. Although there are boats and carriages, they have nothing to ride on. Although there are armor and soldiers, there is nothing to display them. Make people reknot the rope and use it. The ultimate cure. Their food is pleasant, their clothes are beautiful, their homes are safe, and their customs are happy. Neighbors look at each other, they hear the sounds of chickens and dogs, and the people do not interact with each other until they grow old and die. De Jing, Chapter 81. The words of faith are not beautiful, and the words of good faith are not believed. A good person does not argue, and a person who debates is not good. A person who knows is not knowledgeable, and a person who is knowledgeable does not know. The sage does not accumulate. If he thinks of others, he will have more.